Hello viewers, I am Eemaan Khalil and today I'm going to talk about direct and indirect taxes. Well, direct taxes are taxes on the income and wealth of individuals and firms, and indirect taxes are taxes on goods and services. Now let's talk about the impact of direct taxes and the impact of indirect taxes. One by one, it will be quite easy. First of all, impact of direct taxes. Now direct taxes, there's a risk. If they're too exorbitant, they can act as a disincentive to effort, enterprise and saving. And some people may stop taking promotions, some people high rates of income taxes, they can dissuade some people from working overtime, and it can also dissuade some people from entering the labor markets. This is the disincentive of exorbitant direct taxes. Let's talk about corporation tax. If corporation tax rates are exorbitant, entrepreneurs may stop expanding their firms or investing in new markets. Now on the bright side, high exorbitant rates of direct taxes can really encourage workers from working really hard. For instance, workers who have fixed financial commitments such as mortgages, and workers who have been contracted to work for a fixed number of hours per week. Direct taxes can also act as automatic stabilizers. And what are automatic stabilizers? Well, automatic stabilizers are forms of government expenditure and taxation that reduce fluctuations in economic activity without any change in government policy. And direct taxes can also redistribute income from the rich to the poor. That means income equality. And direct taxes can also be a good source of tax revenue for a government in a country where there are organized labor markets, high literacy rates, and high incomes. Well, let's talk about the impact of indirect taxes. Now, one thing to keep in mind that direct taxes tend to be progressive, meaning that they take a high percentage of the income and wealth of the rich, whereas indirect taxes tend to be regressive. That means they take a high percentage of the income and wealth of the poor. So indirect taxes can really really start inflation, because indirect taxes can add to the prices of goods and services, so they will be more expensive. This will stimulate workers to ask for wage rises, and if the firm does so, their labor costs will be high, and labor costs do add to the costs of production. In this way, firms will sell their products at high prices, and this can push inflation. So this is one thing. So inflation is the only bad thing, the downside of high indirect taxes. Well, let's talk about on the bright side. So indirect taxes, well, they're easier to adjust than direct taxes are, and they do not act as a disincentive to effort, enterprise, and saving. And indirect taxes can, gives people some choices. If there are high indirect taxes on some particular product, people can move away from that product and buy another product. But this is up to a certain limit. It's not sure. And indirect taxes, well, they are a good source of tax revenue for a government in a country where a high proportion of the workers work in the informal economy. Informal economy is that part of the economy that is not regulated, protected, or taxed by the government. So it's also a good source of tax revenue for a government where there are unorganized labor markets, low literacy rates, and of course low incomes. This is what we say. This is the impact of direct taxes and indirect taxes. Well, direct taxes can be divided into, say, income tax, corporation tax, capital gains tax, or CGT when abbreviated. And indirect taxes can be like sales tax, which can be VAT, value added tax, or general sales tax, GST when abbreviated. It can also be excise duties. Excise duties are actually taxes imposed on certain domestically manufactured goods, and they are sometimes charged in addition to VAT. And indirect taxes can also be import duties, which are also called custom duties, or tariffs. And there can also be local taxes which the local government charges on some goods and services to provide, of course, local roads and education and healthcare and something like that. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for watching.